everyone? I'm Wayne. This is going to be Roma-Fiorentina preview. I hope you're having a good weekend. I'm having a great one. It's finally snowing here in northern New Jersey, and it's the first snowfall. I ski, so I'm always looking at the forecast. I'm like, when is it coming? I need at least a foot and a half, 2 feet of snow, and then I'm excited. But anyway, I've been enjoying the day so far ahead of this game. We've got just about 24 hours to go. This morning, woke up early, took down the Christmas decorations, went to that cafe, got a little peppermint latte. Not something I would usually get, but honestly, pretty good. And then I took a walk through Jersey City down to the park where I was, you can see here, and a little overlook of the skyline right through town, checking out these houses, just cool stuff on a Saturday morning. Not too many obligations today, which was honestly really nice. And then as I got back, I started looking just a little bit about this match and thinking, this is a really special one. The Fiorentina and Roma fans, not such an aggressive relationship as I would say Juventus fans have with Roma or Juventus fans have with even Fiorentina. So this is as a cool dynamic. I'll be going to Roma Club New York where I'm going to do my post-match straight from there right after the match. And sometimes even the Viola fans come over, and it's a really cool thing. This morning, I just caught the highlights of Manchester United versus City in the derby. And man, Bruno Fernandes, one of my favorite players to watch. He actually joined Serie A when he was a teenager. Serie B, for Novara. He actually got the nickname of the Little Rui Costa and the Maradona of Novara. So it's a pretty cool thing about him. And as he transferred, his next stop was Udinese. But before he got there was even interest from Juventus and Milan. And of course, he didn't go there. He wanted to get some playing time for the first team and be a regular starter, which I think was the better choice for him. That's as an agent, they're supposed to lead you in the right way. And I think that was a good choice. But after being there for a time, he gets depressed. But then his girlfriend comes over. He integrates. He learns Italian, and life gets a little bit better. But after his stint then with Sampdoria, he actually goes back to Portugal with Sporting Lisbon and does really well, becomes influential in European play, scoring a lot of goals as a midfielder, creating a ton of assists before eventually Manchester United picks him up. And watching him in this game, he's just so influential, but there's one component to his game that I did not anticipate, and that he's really, really good on the long ball. He can pick passes out from, I would say, up over 50 to 55 yards, like a real unique ability to change a game like that. And with Rashford belting down the left flank for United, it was such a problem all game, and a really great comeback win. And he was a centerpiece of that comeback, and he scores the first goal after there was some possibly offsides, but he doesn't get involved. He's the goal scorer. And United looking honestly really good under Ten Hag. That Dutch football is some of the best. The managers that come out of there, they know what they're doing. So that was really, definitely go and check out those highlights. But ahead of this one, I am very excited because there are players on Fiorentina I know that can be problematic, such as Amrabat for Roma. But then again, Roma has everything in order to go and get this win. There's no excuses, right? Roma is the much better team on paper. I think even tactically, Mourinho is a better coach than Italiano. But I'll tell you why a little bit here. What makes me nervous about Italiano's tactics, and that he breaks very, very quickly. Yesterday, you can watch, I was with Tito from Viola Nation, which is part of SB Nation. I did an interview with him, getting a little bit of a deep dive on Fiorentina, and you can check that out in my stream. But I'll tell you that what Italiano really likes to do is he plays a medium to low block with Amrabat protecting the defense. And as soon as they funnel in the pressure and they're able to repossess the ball, the idea is to get it out to the flanks as quickly as possible with players like Igor or even Biraghi as he starts to overlap their captain from the left back position, whipping balls into the center forward. Cabral is a really dangerous player. Jovic, he is somebody who I think was one of the best prospects in all of Europe at one time. Since then, his stock has lessened just a little bit, but he's still capable of scoring really good goals, and I think that's something that makes this team really dangerous. They are definitely a step behind from last season due to injuries, due to losing Lucas Torreira, definitely the guy who would move up to the center of the pitch for them. But nevertheless, this is not a game that Roma can take lightly. So now let's go and take a look at the probable formations. Rui Patricio, he is tied for clean sheets. I should say that Roma is tied for clean sheets since Mourinho has joined the club, being only tied with Juventus and Inter. And we know that Juventus came crashing down yesterday with that match against Napoli, letting 5 in. And I think they had only let in maybe 7 the entire season thus far. So that was really wild. Napoli is an incredible team, man. Just look at how Spalletti has them playing. They're deep. Their stars are remaining fit. And I think that finally, after years, it is finally their year. I think Napoli takes the Scudetto this season for sure. And I'm thinking if you don't think so, let me know in the comments why you think it could be Juventus still or Milan or whoever you're thinking right now. But in midfield, look that you're going to see Matic and Cristante. And then out on the right, I am thinking Celik, and on the left, Zalewski getting the start. Even though we see Spinazzola re-entering the frame against Genoa, I do think that the young Polish international will get the start. Up top, I'm thinking Pellegrini, Abraham, Zaniolo will not get the start. It's going to be Dybala. I'm thinking Pellegrini starts on the left, center forward is Abraham, and Dybala is going to be the guy pulling the strings for the rest of the team, trying to make it happen. Look at that goal he scored against Genoa. Look, guys, I know that was a Serie B team. Genoa, not good this year. Well, actually, in Serie B they are, but last year, not good at all. They're in a bit of a mess. But the individual brilliance that he can turn a game on its head, that he can take a player on and score such a goal is a remarkable quality. And for me, I'll keep saying it is my favorite active player. Forget about Roma or teams for a second. He's my favorite active player. 1, he's adorable, but 2, he has the capability to just change it in a moment's notice and take players on the dribble, beat 1, 2 guys, and just be able to slalom past them and make space for himself. And that's what makes him such a dangerous attacker. Once again, I think the center of the pitch, if they can stay stable, if Cristante and Matic can click, I think that this can be a really good game for Roma, especially because I don't think that Fiorentina has such a strength through their center. I think that their strengths rely with Cabral, who I'm thinking was going to get the start, and Biraghi. Those, for me, are their 2 guys, the main guys that you have to really watch out for. But they're in 9th place. They're scoring less than they're giving up. So Vincenzo Italiano will be looking to prove a point that he is still a really good manager, that he's one who deserves to be playing on probably a much better Serie A team or managing one, or not even Serie A, but perhaps even the Premier League. Who knows who might want him, because he is a really decent manager. Last season, Fiorentina did very well, but things have changed. Let's take a look at their lineup right now. With a back 4 of Dodo, Milenkovic, Igor, and Biraghi. Ahead of them will be Amrabat and then Duncan. Now, Nico Gonzalez, he returns from his shaky injury status. He will be extremely dangerous for La Viola. And then to his left will be Barak. He scored against Sampdoria as Fiorentina went on to win the round of 16 Coppa Italia match. And then we should be looking at Kouame as well, and Jovic. Kouame, honestly, I wouldn't say he's like a player who could be like this, but he is a dangerous, fast, tricky type of player. Italiano is not going to let his guys give up. If we look at the way that Fiorentina has been scoring goals, they have the most of any side in the 90th minute and beyond, with 5 goals scored after that. That's pretty sensational. But Roma as well. 6 out of their 7 last goals have come after the 80th minute. So when we think about where this match is going to go, it could very well come down to the wire. When we're looking at the most recent form, though, Fiorentina have drawn against Monza, who have been very in form, and even beaten Sassuolo. That's a very good team, one that can definitely go toe-to-toe with just about anyone in the league, except maybe like the top 2 or 3, but still a really good win to give Fiorentina some rhythm. Alright guys, before we go, I just wanted to show you this one that I got from These Football Times. Look at that cover on this book. You could see Battistuta, Baggio, and they look like they're like 17th century, just high aristocracy looking out the window onto the Duomo in Florence. And I was looking through this. I picked this up, I think, last year, maybe like a year and a half ago at this point. And there's like really wonderful stuff in here. Like, check out that picture on Baggio, and it gives you like a little synopsis here. When injury threatened to destroy Baggio's hopes in the professional game, his first Fiorentina manager, Aldo Agroppi, said, "The angels sing in his legs. Roberto Baggio rewarded Fiorentina's loyalty with performances that raised him from the realms of the ordinary to those of the greats and forged a mutual bond of appreciation and respect that endures to this day. Really cool stuff. There was even like a comic book section, and like you remember that jersey. That's a really cool one. These are really cool though. And they're not that expensive either, honestly. I'm looking at Prandelli, if you remember when Prandelli was supposed to coach Roma in 2005. He's had a tough life since then. But anyway, hope you guys have a great weekend. Let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up. And of course, like I said, tomorrow I'll be back live streaming post-match Roma-Fiorentina live from Roma Club New York. Talk to you then, guys. Ciao.